Hello, my name is Erika, and today is Sunday, the 15th of February, 2026. Here's the news and trending stories from the past week. Our lead story: Japan. Sanae Takaichi and her Liberal Democratic Party have won 316 of the 465 seats. This is an increase of 118, which secured a two-thirds majority, the largest achieved by a single party in the post-war era. Takaichi has prioritized economic security via strategic investments in innovation, infrastructure, and resilient supply chains, including advanced technologies such as quantum computing and artificial intelligence. She will also pursue goals that include establishing a national intelligence organization and relaxing limits on arms exports to strengthen Japan's defense industrial base. Now to other global stories. Canada. A transgender individual engaged in a mass shooting at a school in Tumbler Ridge, Western Canada. Over 8 people were murdered in the attack. Western Europe. Stabbing attacks occurred in both England and France. In London, the attacker injured 2 people at a school before being taken into custody. Authorities have not released further details. In France, a man stabbed a member of the French armed forces guarding the tomb of the unknown soldier before being shot by another officer. The attacker had recently been released from prison after serving time for attacking police in a similar manner in 2012. Iran. The United States announced it was deploying another carrier strike group to the Middle East. The group is currently in the Caribbean and will take approximately 2 weeks to arrive on location. Now to the United States. Minneapolis. Border Czar Tom Homan announced that the federal surge to the city would end, citing agreements for cooperation from local authorities in every city and county to hand over detained illegal aliens. Washington, D.C. A partial government shutdown began on Saturday as the Department of Homeland Security did not receive the required appropriations through the Senate before funding expired. This impacts the Coast Guard, TSA, and numerous other agencies. However, it does not impact ICE funding, which was appropriated in an earlier bill. Florida. Republican candidate for governor James Fishback was the victim of an arson attack. There were no injuries in the attack. Unrelatedly, Fishback was also banned from X for a period of 20 hours before his access was restored. Texas. A total and surprise shutdown of airspace in El Paso to both civilian and military flights occurred this week. Specifics surrounding the closure are still not apparent, with some reports claiming a possible cartel drone incursion and the use of a laser-based anti-drone system by Customs and Border Patrol. Kansas. A local news crew captured anti-ICE agitators setting fire to a warehouse. ICE has been reported to be purchasing warehouses around the country to use as temporary detention centers. However, there is no confirmation if this will be one of those facilities. The fire department extinguished the blaze and no arrests have been made. Now to economics and finance. Home sales in January posted their biggest monthly decline in nearly 4 years. The data comes as the government is taking action to try to make housing more affordable. Data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics showed that only 181,000 jobs were created in the U.S. last year. That is a drop of 400,000 from the previous estimate, meaning that the U.S. only added around 15,000 jobs per month. Most of the job gains came in government and healthcare. Now to culture and entertainment. Carrie Prejean Boller, a now former member of the Federal Religious Liberty Commission, was ousted after a hearing this week that featured tense exchanges on the definition of anti-Semitism. Boller had defended comments from prominent commentator Candace Owens based upon their shared Catholic faith. Actor James David Van Der Beek, known for his role as Dawson Leary on Dawson's Creek, died at the age of 48 from colon rectal cancer. That's the news and trending topics. I'm Erika from Sunday Nyte Live. See you next week.